Alright you guys, I'm kicking myself for not making this video sooner. I've been doing this probably for, I don't know, 6-7 months now, something like that, and I've wanted to make this video, and I think it was like 3 weeks ago Chad Hoover beat me to it, and that's how to have horizontal rod storage on your kayak. Now this video is going to pertain towards a Native Slayer Propel 13, but if you have gear track along your actual gunwales on the both sides, you can actually have two actual rods, one on each side, and have them horizontally stowed rather than vertically behind you, which can be definitely beneficial. Anywhere from the way I like to use it is just quick access. I can have two on the deck. If you're not familiar with the Slayers, you got your big propeller up in the front, your prop, and it eliminates you from, if you had a clear deck, just laying them down between your legs. So this allows me to transition from two rods quickly and then have additional behind me in a vertical position. And then I also use it a lot if I take my Slayer out on, like, let's say for example a river to where there's it's a real small channel. There's a lot of overhanging trees to where having them vertically presented could cause obstacles as far as getting them snagged in the tree. But I'll go ahead and show you what I've done, and I'm going to try to find the link to Chad Hoover's video. And what I'll do is I'll put a link to his video on this same topic up here in the top corner, and probably even try to put the link down below in the description box as well. But let me go ahead and show you guys what I came up with on how I keep two rods horizontally stowed on my Native Slayer Propel 13. Alright you guys, so up on the bow of the deck what I've done is I've used two of these actual, was it Yak Gear? No, I'm sorry, I believe it's Yak Attack actual rod holders, the Roto Grip rod holders. And I have them up here in the gear tracks on the bow. And I have one on each side, and as you can see now, it's just holding the front of the rod in place. At this time here is a good time to actually check Chad Hoover's link on how he actually utilizes a locking system with a piece of bungee cord, I believe it was. But I found no issues. I've been out in water to about 2-foot white caps, choppy water conditions. I've had no issues with my rods falling out, just leaving them like so as far as the front of the rods are concerned. But on the right side of the kayak, I just have the actual Roto Grip rod holder just right into the gear track itself. On this other side what I've done is, if you can't see, if you use the ram ball transducer mount arm like I did, you have it over the side to where it's going to impede on this method for you guys. What I did on this one here is I actually put a small piece of, what was it, 1/2-inch PVC that I just cut down, and then I raised it up. Now in order to do that though, I used an additional T-bolt that I had, a much longer one than the ones that come with these actual Roto Grips, to help raise it up to give me the clearance actually over my ram transducer arm, to where the actual front of the rod still can drop and sit in there. Okay, so on the right side, if you have those Roto Grips, one in the front and one in the back, what's going to happen is your actual paddle or your rod is going to actually come over this rod holster / cup holder if you have the updated model, and it's going to actually impede the use of that. So how I've fixed that issue there is I have an actual homemade mount for my cameras as a low mount made out of PVC, and what that does is it allows me to have it offset and pushed to the side to where I can still actually use this rod holder here. Now if you don't want to make your own mount such as that, if you have a spare ram ball, you can use that. But if you can find something that's small down and out of your way, put it in this gear track. Its sole purpose is so it'll stop your rod from coming out this side, from you bumping it with your leg if this wasn't here and having it fall overboard. And even with it furthest in this position, you can still see over here that it's not impeding use of this rod holder here, which I love it and I use it often. Also with this side here, with this method you can have your actual reel butt it all the way up against the back at its most secured position, and you'll have no issues with it getting in the way of your legs or anything like that, or yet still impeding on this rod holder here. Alright guys, this is the side with your rudder control handle. And what I've done on this side here is I just used a Scotty rod holder or Scotty mount, and that's what helps stop the rod from coming off, from getting bumped by my leg or anything and falling overboard. Once again, you can use anything such as a spare ram ball or any sort of gear track accessory that is not needed to help actually secure it in place. Now with this side here though, you can't have your rod all the way back. The reason why I say that is if you come back too far on this side, it's going to impede on your actual rudder control system, and it's not going to allow you to have that full turning capability or radius in that direction as would be needed. And that's what entails you to have it actually up a little bit further. Alright you guys, just an added note, this same method here for the horizontal rod storage also works as an additional possibility or an additional option for you to put your actual paddle if you're in need of finding a location to do so. No change here. This is where I actually store my paddle if I'm out in choppy water. Just helps it have it up and out of the way and not in fear of losing my paddle. If you do this method though, I would suggest something possibly slightly a little bit higher than this, even though I've had no issues. But this here actually puts my paddle up and out of the way and still allows me to use my actual rod holder here. Alright you guys, hopefully these tips helped you guys out. Thank you guys, take care, and tight lines.